Your understanding of the pull factors of sale is vital for the success of every business. Now, if you have a business and you want to cash flow optimize, but then you're not focusing on sales strategy, by default, your business will fail. The statistics are showing that 20.8% of business startup fail in the first year. Look back at 2021, you will see this. Now, in 2022, we had 40% of business startup that fail. And in 2023, we had 49.9% of business startup that fail. And the inability to leverage sales strategy into your visibility, reach, impact, client conversion, cash flow optimization, these are some of the reasons why your business will fail. Today, I will do a deep dive looking at lesson 3, and that is the pull factors of sale. And I'm trusting that you take away enough information from today's session that can really get you motivated and really help you to understand why sales strategies are so important. Now, let me emphasize a couple of things before we get started here today. To master the pull factors of sales, you must be more than a sales expert. Being a sales expert is not enough. You must understand your MVO and what you're selling. Now, many of you who are following me, you understand what I mean by MVO. It means treated. You must understand your minimum viable offer, your most viable offer, or in cases, your maximum viable offer. I'm not going to go into all of that today. The third concept that I want to emphasize here is that you must establish personal relation with your brand. This means that you really want to take the time to understand your brand. It's vital, it's necessary when you want to leverage the pull factors of sales that we're going to go into today. Next, you must establish a personal relation, a strong relation with your ideal client. You want to know your ideal client, and there are 3 important factors about the ideal client that you need to know when you want to leverage these techniques, not just to get a one-time sale, but to build that relationship so you can have continuous sales from the ideal client. The last concept that I'm going to emphasize here is that the pull factors of sales are unique ways to influence the sales outcome without looking to sales, without looking and sounding too salesy. So we're going to be going deep into this lesson today. So do get your pens and your paper and be prepared to take some notes. Today we are looking at lesson 3 of how to master sales strategy. And lesson 3, we are actually looking at what is the pull factors of sale. Now, in today's table of content, we are going to be covering 5 important concepts. We will be looking at how to become a subject matter expert, how to align your expertise to the ideal client, how to stress test your MVO, how to become an influencer, and last but not least, how to master storytelling influencers model. So we have a menu of things to look at here today. So I trust that you have your pens, your paper, and you're ready to take some notes. Now, before going into today's program, I want to thank the 20,000 new subscribers who have recently subscribed to our program over the last 30 days. We had a number of new subscribers between 2 channels who would have subscribed. We have had over 100,000 persons who have been viewing our program. And I want to thank you from the depths of my heart for supporting this channel, and helping it to grow. I also want to encourage you to keep liking this program, keep subscribing, and I also want to encourage you to share this program so you will be helping us to reach as much persons as possible and helping the algorithm to recognize the platform. So with that being said, let's get into today's program. So the first concept that we're going to be looking at here is how to become a subject matter expert. Now, when you are attempting to leverage the pull factors of sale, one of the first things that you want to invest in is to become a subject matter expert. And what that means, it means that you have mastered your MVO. And your MVO could be in a number of things. It could be that you are an expert in credit management, you're an expert in debt mitigation, you're an expert in sales communication. Whatever it is, you want to ensure that you master your MVO and you're able to master your message. That means that you want to ensure that you're committing enough time to really be able to articulate yourself effectively around your subject matter. So this is the very first concept that you want to really sink into. Now, there's a second step here, how to align your expertise to the ideal client. So you have spent perhaps weeks and months and years to refine your art. Now that you want to deploy your art into the pull factors of sale, you want to ensure that before you deploy that art, all right, you want to now be certain that you understand your ideal client. You want to align your expertise to the needs, the wants, and the expectations of the ideal client. So there are two important concepts that you have to take away here. One is how to master your MVTM. Your MVTM in this context means your minimum viable target market or your most viable target market, which is your ideal client. So you now have to figure out who in the market you are targeting. Are you targeting middle income or higher income demographics? You need to be able to understand this. Now, the only way you're going to be able to understand this is if you're friendly with data, all right? You need to understand your target market. That's the only way the alignment is going to take place. So you need to spend time leveraging marketing tools to become friendly with data. So there's a concept that we call the 4 points of data management. So in this particular case, you need to ensure that you're collecting sensitive data about the ideal client. You have to do market research. So as you collect the sensitive data about the ideal client, you're now going to go to step 2. You're going to analyze that data. So now as you analyze that data, you're checking to see what are the needs, the wants, the expectations, what are the pain point of the ideal client. Now that you have done this, you can now apply this information to innovate a product, to innovate that service, to create the alignment, because now you have done the research, you have collected the data, and now that you have this information, you're now able to align your value offer, your expertise to the needs of that target market. So these are strategies that you're using to be able to influence the sales outcome. Now, the third concept that I want you to document here is how to stress test your MVO. So you may become a subject matter expert, all right? You might also be able to align your expertise to the ideal client, but have you really stress test your value offer? What exactly do I mean by stress testing your value offer? You want to know if it makes sense in the first place to actually have that value offer. The possibility exists that you may have an expertise, but the demand for your expertise is very low. So because of this, you're not going to be able to cash flow optimize or cash flow like a pro, because the facts are there, but you have disregarded the facts because you don't have the data. So when you do the stress test, these are some of the information that you want to collect. Now let's go through the stress testing of that MVO. One of the first things that you're going to be looking for is market accessibility. So now you identify your area of subject matter expertise, you identify the target market, you create perfect alignment. Now, are you really able to access that market? So you want to be certain that you're able to access the market. Next step, you want to be certain that the market is viable. What are those factors that you're looking for to predetermine the market viability? You're looking at the market size, and you're looking at the element of competition. You're looking at gaps in the market. These are things that you want to be able to clearly understand. And you're using this data to help you to make informed and educated business decisions. The next concept that I want to bring you to look at is market urgency and immediacy. You see, in innovating products and services, you want to be certain that there will be immediate demands for your products and services, because it's the immediacy and the urgency and demand for your MVO, your minimum and most viable offer, that will help you to predetermine how fast you can cash flow your business. When you do the stress test, you have this type of information. The last concept that I'm going to look at here under the stress testing is your market ability and willingness to pay for your products and services. Are you aware that it happens so often that you identify a target market that has a need, that has an urgency, but then you recognize they don't have the ability or the willingness to pay for your products and services? When that happens, it undermines your strategy to cash flow the business. So by doing this stress test, you put yourself in the know. You need to have these type of information before you deploy your sales strategy. The fourth concept that we're going to be looking at here now is how to become an influencer. So A large part of leveraging the pull factors of sale is about you becoming an influencer. In fact, this is your anchor. You want to be an influencer. So, the very first concept that you want to start to focus on here, you have your expertise, you understand your ideal client, you create perfect alignment, you have done the market analysis, so the market is viable, the market has the ability and the willingness to pay for your products and services. How do you position your brand in front of the ideal client? You become an influencer. So let's talk a little bit about this. You want to build your personal brand. How to build your personal brand. Now, remember the first thing I talk about at the start of this program is how to become a subject matter expert. Now, if you are a subject matter expert, you have conquered step one in becoming an influencer. Because as an influencer, you want to have a personal brand. Your personal brand is going to be your area of expertise. All right. And once you go through everything that I've just talked about, you're almost set to go. Now, you really want to invest a whole lot in building your personal brand. So it is easy for your personal brand to be known, to be liked, and to be trusted. All right. As we go deeper into these programs, we will really unlock more of this information that can really help you to build and enhance and leverage your personal brand to cash flow optimize. Now, the next concept that I want us to look at here is as you build out your personal brand, your brand has to be leveraged in a communication channel that will help you to get the visibility, the reach, the impact, and possibly the client conversion. So in this particular case, you must understand mass media. And by mass media, it's about understanding how radio, television, and newspaper works. Now, it's not just enough to put your content, your personal brand into these mediums. You need to understand the effectiveness, the effective use of these mediums. Again, I want to refer you to one of my books titled Master the Sales Communication Process that will go deeper into this concept to really help you to understand. There's 11 books that I have out there, 11 volumes. Go to volume 1. All right. Now, the next concept that I want us to go at here very quickly, as you build up your personal brand, how do you get visibility? You can also use the social media platform. So there's a lot that you also need to understand about social media platform, because social media platform is perhaps one of those platforms that you can use with the lowest cost of entry or zero cost of entry. But I want to say this, producing your personal brand, producing your content and airing it on these platforms does not necessarily mean that if you're doing it the wrong way, you're going to get the eyeballs that you need to help you with visibility, reach, impact, client conversion, and cash flow optimization. So there's a right and wrong way to leverage these tools to achieve your sales objective. And we will go deeper into that as we go deeper into these programs. The next concept that I want us to look at, you also have independent communication channel. And independent communication channels is when you are able to connect with different communities and you're able to leverage your skill sets to build relationships and become an influencer in organizations and communities and so forth. These are all skill sets that you want to be able to master. All right. So it's much more than just being a sales expert. You must have value beyond just the sales. You can also leverage the metaverse to get visibility, reach, and impact. I'm just going through some of this high-level overview so as to help you to understand how you apply these strategies to win in sales. The last concept that we're going to be looking at today is how to master the storytelling teller influencer model. Now, in our programs and in the books that we have, especially the Master the Sales Communication Process, we talk about you bringing yourself to that point to learn, apply, and master what we call the storyteller influencer model. And I'm going to look briefly at 3 of those today. You want to bring yourself as an influencer to be able to tell story in one of these 3 forms that we're going to examine here. You can present your story in a humorous storytelling format, because why? People love humor and people love story. So when you are leveraging the pull factors of sales. These are some of the skills. This is one of the skill sets that you want. Next, you have the educator, storyteller, influencer. The educator, storyteller, influencer may not be the humorous storyteller influencer, but they are giving you education. They're giving you information that you can apply and get results in your business or in your life. You want to know that you're good at this. And once you're able to apply these techniques effectively, using the mediums that we would have talked about, you're able to attract people in. And it's this ability to attract people in by their listening to you, listening to your content, loving your content. You're literally setting that stage where you're commanding attention, piquing interest, arousing desire, moving that client into action. The action that you're moving them into is that they want to do business with you. So they now want to take out their checkbooks, take out their cards, and pay you money to help them achieve an objective without you even asking them for it. But because your content is so well prepared, so well presented, that in itself pulls them to you. The last concept that we're going to look at here, you can also look at becoming an inspirational storyteller influencer. You can inspire people, all right? And because you're inspiring people and your storyline is strong, the information, the content that you're presenting to people, the format that you're giving to people to keep them inspired is working. So after a period of time, you get through that know, like, and trust, you build confidence, trust, and credibility. People now want to do business with you. And these are just some of the elements of the pull factors of sales. I want you to try it in your life and see how it's working for you. I can tell you this, over the last 30 days, we have been applying these techniques and we have been able to attract over 20,000 new subscribers to our YouTube community, 20,000 subscribers in less than 30 days and over 100,000 viewers to our platforms, simply because we've applied these techniques. So I want to encourage you, in the event that you need more information about this program, I want to encourage you to reach out to us and let us start that conversation. I'll be so happy to talk with you and provide you with the support that you need to grow and scale your business. My name is Gary Thompson. It has been a pleasure being with you today, and I look forward to bringing lesson 4 to you very shortly. Be blessed, take care, and see you soon. Remember, like, subscribe, and share.